Good evening. I am currently in Arizona and I was inspired to do this video today because I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but there was a connection or whatever that was messaging me and said, hey, I'm interested in buying a property in Corpus Christi and can I call you? And I said, well, sure. I said, well, what's your price range? Are you buying with cash? Are you financing the house? And the person says, well, can I call you? And I said, well, how about I call you later? I'll call you tomorrow. And the person tried to call me 2 or 3 times. Now, I don't know if it's just me or if it happens to you, other realtors, but I'm like, so I said, I asked the question again. I said, well, okay, well, let's talk tomorrow, but what price range do you think you're in? Are you pre-approved or are you buying with cash? And what's your price range? And they said, well, can't we talk? And I said, well, of course we can talk, but it's my birthday and I'm not available to speak this evening. But, just answer those questions for me. And they're like, well, I don't know. They started giving me kind of like an attitude, like I was being difficult. And I'm thinking, so I said, well, they're like, you can't talk? I said, yes, I'll talk, but I need you to answer my questions because that's where I start. That helps me, get an idea of what we're doing and, whatever. So anyway, the reason I'm sharing it is because, I tell my clients, I say, hey, if you can't be open and honest with me and, tell me what you're thinking and tell me how much money you have saved and tell me what you're doing. And oddly enough, probably because I'm a woman and I'm blonde, I get guys that sometimes I've had it like 3 or 4 times where men are like, hey, yeah, I'm interested in buying a property. And then I do my profiling investigating and I find out that they can't even afford the house they're in. And they're just trying to impress me. One guy said he was like in Arizona and had some, basically said, oh, I'm going to come buy waterfront property. And then I found out that he's like in foreclosure on his house in like Arizona or something. So anyway, to encourage realtors, I also had a newer realtor say to me one time when I was kind of talking to them about something, a potential lead they had, was how this newer realtor was like, well, I don't want to ask them too much. I don't want to push them away. I mean, they're looking up to $400,000. And I said, look, if they're not answering those questions like without a problem, anyone who has money and has purchased real estate before completely understands that you're going to be asking these questions and are more than happy to provide proof of funds. Cass, I saw Cass, you were there a couple times, but proof of cash funds or financing or whatever it is, answer your questions because they understand that they're not going to waste your time and they know that you need to know that before you do anything. So anyway, I was just thinking about that. I'm thinking, well, I told this person, I said, well, I'm not comfortable talking to you if you can't even give me 2 basic pieces of information, like what's your price range and, like, are you pre-approved or are you buying cash? They wouldn't even answer that question. So just don't waste your time, realtors and salespeople. People just, I don't know what it is, but people want to live in a fantasy world and pretend they're something that they're not and try to impress you or do some sort of fantasy game like I'm going to go buy a house and waste their time. And like, I don't have time. If you can scare them away, then scare them away because they're not worth it because they're going to play games. So anyway, just a little bit of wisdom from an old lady who's been around the block a few times in real estate in general. Okay, have a good day. Bye. Oh, wait, you want to see where I am? I'm in Arizona. See, there's my view. It's not the water, but it's not bad. On a little golf course here. I'm so tired. Hi, Cass. I remember that time, Cass. Cass, when you had that friend that was like cash and, oh, whoops. And you ran around for months. Anyway, bye.